Volvo's second electric vehicle on the next generation SPA2 platform is on its way in the likes of the Volvo ES90, codename V551. So let me tell you a bit more about that. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom and recently I shared a video that Volvo was ceasing production for most markets of the Volvo S60 and S90. Fortunately, there is good news. These cars will get successors and the first one will be the S90 in the likes of the full electric Volvo ES90. Now, thanks to a source at Volvo Cars who shared some info with Technicons Files, a Swedish car and tech website whatsoever, we now know that Volvo has finished their first verification prototype of the Volvo V551, most likely the ES90. And over there in that SharePoint post, they share details like, okay, the car rolled off the pre-series production line in the factory located in Xixi in China, just south of Shanghai. Now, this is the first ES90, a so-called VP car, a verification model, and it's a pre-series vehicle manufactured to test and evaluate matters on both the car and production line as well in the factory. Basically to make sure that everything is in place before the real production of the car will start. Now, the V551, the ES90, is described as the first new global model of the brand developed on the leadership of the engineering team in Shanghai, where Volvo Cars Research, Development and Design Center is located. That design center is also responsible for the EM90, for example, and also the EX90 Excellence. So now that we know that Volvo is working on this car, also in line with their schedule, is there more about this car already available? And yes, there is, because in 2022 there was apparently this Chinese document leaked or shared with some details of this V551 in it. The document describes the car as a sedan model in length about 5 meters long, so that's pretty long, 499 centimeters. That makes it a few centimeters longer than the current S90 and about 10 centimeters shorter than the current S90L, the limousine, the long wheelbase version you can get, for example, in China and the US as well. Now, as for the wheelbase, which is often pretty impressive on electric platform vehicles, and the same is for the ES90, it is about 3 meters 10, which is 16 centimeters longer than the current S90 and 4 centimeters longer than the S90L. So that means this car will be inside very spacious. Now, as for height, the car is about 10 centimeters higher than the current S90, so 1 meter 55 about, and the car will also be 1 meters 95 wide, which is also a few centimeters wider than already the current S90, which is already quite a wide and big car. Now, these dimensions really indicate or suggest that the ES90 will be very spacious inside, and I'm also expecting that, similar to the EX90 Excellence, Volvo will also again come with an Excellence version for the ES90. You know, looking at the sizes of the car, the interior will be very spacious, so I wouldn't be surprised if they put the same two captain chairs from the EX90 in the ES90, and they will offer this ES90 Excellence or ES90L whatsoever. Basically a car which will be very useful for like chauffeurs, drivers and so. Now, it's an electric car, and fortunately, thanks to that leaked document, we also know a bit more about that apparently. And as expected, same as the EX90, this one is also on the SPA2 platform. The battery will also be the same. So 111 kilowatt, probably the biggest version. Usable of that will be 107. So yeah, that means that most likely the ES90 will get like this WLTP range of a good 700 kilometers. Now, as for battery tech, I'm also expecting that the ES90 will have this bi-directional charging, similar as the EX90 will most likely get. And as for fast charging, DC charging, same as the EX90, also 250 kilowatts. So that's also just very good, very competitive and sufficient for what you need. Oh, and then the weight of the ES90, it will weigh 2,600 kilograms. Jeez. Now, at that time it was said that the ES90 production would commence in May 2024. Well, we are almost there already. But looking at that VP car, that pre-production car and the line as well, then yeah, I'm expecting that they are kind of on track. Let's say that this ES90 was, well, finished in December, then they still have some months to go. So yeah, they are now really working towards the first normal production cars, of course. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make May 2024. It's a Chinese factory after all, eh? But that would mean that it would be a model year 25 Volvo ES90. So that are the first details on the ES90. The first car is built by hand in China. It will be manufactured in China. We know that, well, Volvo is quite active with it. Sizes, battery, that's kind of clear now all. But is there more? Well, yes, if you look on LinkedIn, it's not that detailed over there, but there are employees who share something about the V551 on their profiles. It's very easy to find actually. So there's one Pirelli test driver apparently testing the Volvo ES90, and that person indicates that the car will have 20, 21, 22-inch wheels and also all-season tires apparently, powered by Pirelli then, I assume. And there's also one employee who just states that he's working on the V551, the new S90 in between brackets over there. So I think it's quite evident that the next electric Volvo will be the Volvo ES90 or S90. That is still to be seen, because if you think of the ES brand name, you might think of Lexus, who also have their Lexus ES model lineup. Apparently there's already a bit of this thing between Lexus and Volvo ongoing, in which, well, I guess they need to settle or find agreement that both will use ES or something like that. For Volvo, it would be a very logical step to continue with the ES90. That would also be clear to customers, like, okay, this is the new S90, the ES90, similar to the EX90, EX30, EM90, nobody gets that one. Anyway, let's wait and see what the car eventually will be named, and perhaps it will just stay S90 or S90E. I don't know, let's wait and see. So there we go guys, that are the first details on the soon to come electric Volvo sedan. Now for final details, of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will keep you guys posted, similar as I did with the EX30 and EX90 and Polestar 3 and you name it. So make sure you subscribe if you are interested in everything Volvo, Polestar and a little bit Lynk&Co as well. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also let me know in the comments what you think of the soon to come ES90. Do you like it, or are you just waiting for example, the EX60, which I guess will be the next one? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks again for your support, I appreciate it big time, and of course I will see you next week in a brand new video. Bye bye.